Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a long time since I recorded, and I may have not avoided progressing in that time. I made quite a bit of progress. We've got a map of the lands here. We've got the first village that I managed to lay claim to. No one else has taken anything out of it because it's mine now. We have this village all the way over here. It's on the other end of a cliff, just that way. Actually, it's really far that way. We have the pillager outpost right here, right on the edge of the cliff. And we're starting some walls as well. So I think it would be about here. We have one we're building somewhere. We have another one around here somewhere, and another one in this area. And then we've got some big fortifications over here we're working on. Should be one actually over here somewhere on the side. Around here is that big mountain we spawned on, right about where this little marker is. In fact, that's exactly where Bob's base is. And then Griffin's base is in this area. Got someone else's over here, and someone else's like way down south of the mountain. Anyway, progress in the house has been awesome. I did not exactly stick to what the plan was. I said that the Great Hall would be one long table. Instead, we got several little tables with fully functional chairs too, which I love. It's nicer when you can actually see what you're doing. And we have our updated banner as well. I did mention in the last video that it was changed from what I showed it being. I like this much better. Much better. With our iron farm running, we have an endless supply of red. But I really like what I did in here. So we have these arches for support and the big beams that go across. And we have a chandelier. I said there would be chandeliers. I think for what I initially had envisioned, I should have had the roof much higher up, but I like it this way. Our storage room is kind of a almost like a servant's room, almost. We're storing everything here and only the staff are allowed inside. Got barrels for specific things. And we got our anvils and crafting and lots more storage and lots of stuff with which to fill that storage. And I've started labeling what everything's gonna be, right? A lot of these things are the same as they were in the last video, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's our entry room. Also in the similar design, I'm trying to keep everything nice, right? We got a painting that's probably the newest thing that's in this entire build so far. Got these vines that are growing, getting the berries and stuff. A few chandeliers in here, just to look nice. And we have an upstairs with some white concrete for the walls and some stone brick walls at the bottom, just to add some interest to the wall. I might replace some of it with snow blocks or something. Got a double fireplace, so the one of them is down that hole, and then we've got this one that's in just a little bit more. all these rooms are gonna have a use at some point. Like this one is the armory. Because this whole thing is gonna be one big castle, right? And I'll probably make like my own little kingdom around in it too. I think it's gonna be pretty epic. So we've already got some massive walls that go all the way around. I also just finished these on the outside to make it a little more interesting. Still haven't done the balconies, but those will come. They will be ready eventually. These all gotta get their own place, probably their own building actually. And these have already replaced, so I could even get rid of them right now if I wanted. And I've got all these bushes in the crevices of the walls, and we've got functional fortifications, so machiculations and crenellations, and a guardian chicken. He's not really been hired, he's just here. I made myself my own little chimney too. I think it's kind of cute and pink. I am so proud of the work I did on the roof. I'm not proud of falling off that the wall though. You know, I've got the second little gate and towers looking pretty identical, just so that it's nice. I think it looks really good. I made way too much progress for my own good here. In here we have our kitchen, which you guys got to see earlier, with a nice little cook's window, I guess. I don't know. And the fridge. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. It just didn't look good. I'll figure out a nice design later. But we've got organized meats and animal products and non-animal products. And we've got a smoker going, some furnaces, and we've even got brewing going on, but I might not keep that in here. It might go somewhere else. And a huge stockpile of seeds. I have plans for these seeds. Big plans. Big plans. And in the downstairs, this is going to be like a little winery. And I've been working relatively hard on it, not too much actually, if I'm honest. I might make this whole ceiling cobble now that I kind of got to look at it and realize it looks really good. And here we've got a library starting, and I've got some secrets. I got some secrets. And this is going to be a little dungeon. There'll be a couple little cells, and maybe I'll hide some villagers or something in there. I'm not sure yet. And down here is something I'm very proud of. Is my little vault. I'm not proud of it because it looks good, but because I actually have a decent amount of stuff, and I can make it look like it's an actual treasure room. I'm very excited about it. It's just nice to have secret rooms for things, even if it doesn't matter. Like, naming the book actually doesn't matter. I could probably put any book in there. Yeah, I'm gonna put that back where it was though. And I realized you can't pick these back up. Or maybe it's just a glitch, but it seems picking them back up just completely destroys them. They don't exist anymore. I also kind of like how I got this little indoor balcony looking. It's not the best thing I've ever done, but it looks nice. It makes the room seem a little more interesting. Up here there's going to be like another floor. I said it would probably be bigger than 2 floors, even when I said it was going to be 2 floors. It looks like just because of how I made the roof, that's gonna be the case. It's gonna be several floors. Several floors. I might even be able to fit a fourth floor in there for like a little mini attic. I'm even gonna make like a little bathroom in here and a guest bathroom on the other side, and there's gonna be right. So I've got these walls all set up pretty much. Just a little bit of fine detailing to do, and then get the actual floor in. It'll be perfect. For now, it's just close to perfect. But I'm really loving how it's coming out, how it's turning out. I'm trying to keep these trimmed so that more berries will grow, because for whatever reason, once it touches the ground, it doesn't grow any more berries. So I have to keep trimming them every time the bottom gets under where the berries actually are. In fact, I kind of don't want that one at the bottom there where it is. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And everything can be left alone for now. I still have this initial thing from before the house was even a frame set up, but I don't think that matters. It'll be gone eventually when I think about it, when I think to do it. There had been a noisemaker that Ken and Bob's hid right under my chimney. It was really annoying, but it was kind of cool also. I didn't even realize it wasn't part of the game. I thought it was just some new music added to the game for some reason, or from one of the add-ons on the server. But no, it turned out to be note blocks and stuff, which I eventually shut off because it got annoying after a bit. And the walls, you're going to be able to actually get into them, and there's going to be little murder holes. Well, I mean, there is little murder holes, there are. And they're like in the other gatehouse as well. We moved to the nether portal. Last you saw it, it was probably about like right here, like right outside the door. We moved it all the way down there, down the hill. And all of this I actually constructed myself up to here. This level, aside from, you know, a little bit down this hill, all the way down there. It's all made by hand, by me. It took the better part of 2 months to get it going all the way around. But aside from a couple little holes that I just honestly can't be bothered to fill in, it's completely solid going the whole way around. It is kind of hollow actually, which is fine. We can hide some neat little goodies and stuff inside. Or maybe not. Maybe we can just leave it the way it is. I'm doing something similar down this way as well. We're kind of getting like farms going down the side of the mountain or the hill, whatever you want to call it. The important thing is this is going to be going almost the whole way down as tiers of sugar cane and bamboo. And on the other side, we're doing something similar with normal crops. So wheat, carrots, potatoes, and the lot. I went a little more out of my way to make this side look nice with the little stones and stuff and the stone pathway going down. I don't think it will go the whole way down though. We'll kind of hit a spot where we stop and like make it a cliff and then have just a staircase going down on that end. Over here, we have the area where I had initially decided I was going to build. In fact, I still have the stone pillar here with the torch to remind me which way the spawn was. And then I got some mods so I have a nicer viewing distance and stuff. So I don't need it anymore, but it's still there. It's like a piece of history. I kind of was just sitting here and then looked over there and thought, huh, that would be perfect. And I shaved off like an 8 block deep and like 30 block wide area right where the house is, and just cleared it all out and then built out the plateau. The plateau. No, there's a word for it. Over here, we have some more battlements going up. There's going to be a gate set up here, and the tower, well, the one tower. I could probably try to fit in a tower on this side too. I'd have to rearrange the wall over that way a little bit, or maybe just fit in a couple other towers on the way over. There's always adjustments when you don't really make a full plan and think it out 100% before you start, but that doesn't matter in the slightest. It'll still be kind of fun, and it'll look great. We've got some more battlements going up there, and right where that hole is, there's going to be a gate as well. And, you know, on this whole mountain cliff face, almost right up to these walls, and the walls all the way down this way that I built, will be full of buildings. We're going to make a whole town here eventually. We have another wall almost complete over here. I want to build up the towers a little more with some smaller tower bits on each one. And I'm going to be doing the same on the towers of the main fortress, which honestly is really square, but I kind of like it like that, so I'm not going to bother changing it at all. It looks awesome in my mind. And I'll probably have another gate on this end too, when I think about it. Right here. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a big pathway going down this way, and I've even already laid out where it's going to go down that hill and then down towards Ken's little area over here. At the very base, he just lives in that little valley in between the mountain and the smaller mountain. And these walls are going to be totally functional as well, like with proper interior and everything. Maybe a whole bunch of armor stands and stuff. Since we have unlimited iron, we can literally just fill the interior with nice little archways and armor stands hiding around. And I might make this one big gate, right? So rather than like the little gate that we have here, you know, where it branches off of the towers and then becomes a little gate, it's going to be one whole bulked out gate, since this is going to be the main gate into the town or city. Over here we have the villager breeder and a bit of a trading hall up there. It's going to be fully updated and fixed to be more proper and efficient eventually. It's not high on my list of priorities though. But we have the villagers in here. We fixed that little spot I kind of pointed out in the last video where I couldn't figure out what the problem was. I pointed out what it was because it was months ago that we fixed it. So as you can see, it's really efficient. And it works. A little too well. And we kind of just catch them all on a minecart and drag them up here. Like I said, it's going to be rearranged so it's more efficient and actually looks good and stuff. But we got our little trading hall. And up here is just the arm that I used to bring villagers all the way over there into the iron farm, which I guess I haven't actually done anything to at all. Aside from putting the zombie on a piston instead of on just a slab where, where I was initially gonna have him. It just seemed that I had to reset the villagers so they could actually sleep, or attempt to sleep rather. That way the farm would actually work correctly. We've got a bit of a mashup farm over here. They'll soon all be separated and we'll have like a proper livestock farm out here and it'll look really cool. Hopefully. Probably not. But I like to pretend. We have the big village, or the first village rather, over here, and like not even 8 chunks past it. Well, maybe more than 8 chunks, but not that far past is another village, which is kind of cool. You don't often see so many in one spot. So there's 2 in the immediate vicinity that way. There's another one that way. I have a skeleton horse. I came across this guy and very suddenly he got struck by lightning and there was like 4 of them all of a sudden. I didn't know that they do that, even though I've played Minecraft since almost the very beginning, and I probably should have known things like that. I kind of just let that horse wander around now. I think Ken took one of them, and maybe someone else took one too. And there's a nice big river that I've been kind of mapping out. I've explored way out that way. Like really far out that way. I don't know why my render distance is so low compared to normal all of a sudden. Maybe it's related to the fact that I'm actually recording now. It could make a difference. And out that way, I think I would say about there would be where Bob's and I got our first diamonds, technically. It didn't exactly go great though, I lost them all immediately. Like, immediately. Oh, I really am proud of that wall with the cliff. It looks so good. Over here is my little stone quarry, and further down is actually where I get all my diamonds and all of my deep slate. Yeah, over here we've got a stone generator just because, you know, it gets tedious building all of these tunnels miles in every direction. Wow, I chose a poor spot to say miles in every direction, didn't I? But yeah, I went really far with a lot of these tunnels, like really far, just to get all the stone for that castle up there. It took a long time to get it all. Now, in all this time, I have not been to the end at all. In fact, I've even tried to avoid the nether a lot. We did one big long 3-hour or maybe even 4-hour expedition to the nether, me, Ken, and Bob's. And I was gonna do a video on that, but all of my footage has 0 of their audio, and I have no idea why. But that's how it is, so that's how it is. And then here I just have that flag there to mark the very edge of my territory, because technically this should be considered Ken's. It's part of his little valley. He's basically the local hobbit, because he lives in a little hobbit hole. Oh yeah, I forgot I googly-eyed his house. Well, the tree by his house. Which, I mean, he still has that beautiful water feature and all this stuff, so you know, you can boil your toes. Bob's and I at one point came in here and replaced under his carpet the ground with magma blocks. He was not happy. Alrighty, everybody, with this last clip, you will all be pretty much completely up to date as to what we've got done here on the Spud World server, or at least that's what I've been calling it, because, well, it's the most I got. Already showed you the whole interior in here. I've showed you what's downstairs and in the other rooms. And only thing I haven't shown you in here is that I moved the bed into this corner because the cat kept spawning out on the terrace over there. Or not the terrace, but the, whatever you call it. The extra little roof piece over the door. The cat kept spawning over there in the middle of the night. And it was kind of annoying, so I fixed that. But the last things we've worked on, we've added 2 towers to the top of our towers. We've worked a little more on the towers for the main keep fortifications. They're nothing too fancy at all. They're kind of just there, really small, just like every kid's first castle, I guess, really. Well, maybe not every kid. I've seen some kids with some amazing stuff. But we've worked a lot more on our pathway. I've even started over there a little bit, but we made it go all the way down to the main gate area, and I've even started extending it a little bit past. We've got a pathway going down to the watchtower that's soon to be completed. And we've got this pathway that I worked a little bit on during a short stream. It was only an hour, so really it's nothing. But we did a little bit of terraforming just to make it look nice, and we've got the pathway going in a nice little loop, and it heads up this way and breaks off into the path block pathway. I find it looks kind of cool how it gradually, as it gets farther away from the castle and the fortifications, it gets less well maintained. I think it just looks cooler that way. And it's going to be heading out that way to what will be a big factory, because it's an iron farm. It's got to be some sort of factory. And this is going to be an office building. And then, you know, I'll rearrange the inside working bits so that it's a little nicer, as I've mentioned already a few times. And there's some stone bits that kind of naturally spawned here that I think look like nice little natural paths that I might fix up to be more, to conform more to what the pathways I'm putting in looks like. I don't know. It's the only language I speak, but I don't speak well. This pathway I plan on having go all the way down this way and meet up with that one. I'm gonna have to take out that railway, or maybe I'll keep it. Who knows? It'll be a nice little villager exporter. Anyway, that's pretty much everything we've worked on. So now, ow, we get to update the maps, which is honestly one of my favorite things doing. I like keeping my maps super up to date. So, start with this one. Nice, we've already got most of that pathway in there. Am I going to be lucky and it'll update that? No, I'm going to have to go out there. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Excuse me. Alrighty, and with that we have our map fully updated. So our walls look a little more like walls now down here. We fixed up the grass because there was just too much stone right up against the wall, so when you look at it on the map it just doesn't look like a wall. It looks like a bunch of grass or a bunch of stone and a little bit of wood flying through. Anyway, that looks better now. And did I need to get down there? No, we got that. We got that. So next, we just need to pull the path down here and some stairs, and it'll be perfect. There you go, our map is updated, so we have our pathways on it. We have the slightly cleaner looking grounds for the lower fortifications. I think it's pretty much done for now. Our job is done. And I'm still trying to get those berries to climb up to the roof. It's taking forever, but that's okay. I really don't mind. Not too much, at least. So that concludes our video for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking an interest enough to keep up with everything we've done in just 2 videos, and having the patience to actually let me get 12 months worth of work into 2 videos. It was very discouraging at times, and even my living situation with the new baby and the stress of the doctors not even telling us she had an issue with her arm for 7 weeks was just constant screaming. It was not fun. Anyway, we had got it sorted and everything's better now. We got a happy baby, and the emotional and mental situation has improved exponentially. So you can expect more content, more regular. We're going to be doing definitely more content on this world, especially if everyone starts being more active again on the server, because in a whole month I've been the only one on the server aside from one other person for a total of 10 seconds today, the time that I'm recording this. Anyway, I'm taking up too much time now. That's all we've got for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.